welcome back to Dream On Pod with me, your host, Lottie Moss. And today we have YouTube star MILLIE T.
Hi.
How are you doing, babe?
I'm good, I'm good.
We've already been chatting a little bit before this podcast, for context, guys, about convicts.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think it's a great place to start generally, because why not? Honestly, let's get into
we're going
it.
straight in with that.
Because your manager arrived today and she said she's got a convict story for you. And I said, well, I have many a convict story, unfortunately. So this is perfect. So tell me, what is this?
Oh my God. Okay. So recent situation, I guess. Met him at a petrol station.
That
kind
sounds
of thing.
about right. It really does.
Yeah. Asked him for his number, which I'd never done before. I don't know like why I did it.
What was he doing at the petrol station?
I don't know. He was just like, he just let me in front of him in the queue. And then I was just like, there's just something about you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just something there. So then
You're like, something about you. Hell. Danger.
Danger. Like, good luck to myself.
Yeah.
No, I actually genuinely don't even know. I never usually do that. But yeah. Anyway, started seeing each other and then it just like got quite intense quite quick. Not like intense actually, looking back like maybe a bit, but in the sense that it just like escalated quite quick. Like things happen like for example, like his mum passed away within the first few weeks and my mum had already like passed away, and then that just created like a
trauma bond.
Kind like, yeah, but then we didn't really talk about it like loads or anything like that because also he's quite like, you know, like shut off to emotions kind of thing. Like, but anyway.
Emotionally unavailable.
Yeah. But he was
One of
still
those.
honest in a weird way, but he just like translated it like through like undercurrents, if you get me.
Yeah.
Like it was like, I don't know, like it's like riddles. Like literally is a riddler, like speaks in riddles. Anyway, he started getting more like just kept seeing each other. And then when it got to like the peak of it being like of like intimacy, I guess, like it just got quite intense.
How
like,
long were you guys seeing each other for?
Probably like 3 months.
Okay.
But it was quite an intense like period, I guess.
Yeah.
But it got to, it's actually the craziest ending ever.
Can I just quickly, sorry, just move your mic?
Like this?
We like
There
them
we
close
go.
here, yeah.
Do you know what it is? I'm a really loud talker, so sometimes I'm like, let me do
it too
everyone
as well. Sometimes I
a
think,
favour.
honestly, her eardrums have been burst many a times. But I'm like,
screaming down the mic. But yeah, he when it got to like the peak of like intimacy, it kind of like, I don't know, it just like, things are unsaid, but the air's just like very heavy with like just the vibes there in a way. I was like kind of shit scared. Like I was just like, I don't know what is going on here, but like it's a lot kind of thing. And I think he felt the same. But then he like just started doing like really weird things, like just like little like tests. I couldn't tell if it was like trust issues or what it was, but he'd like throw out tests and things like that, like trying to devalue like the connection, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's like suggested a threesome out of nowhere kind of thing, but it wasn't like a sit down conversation about it. It was just like out of nowhere, and I was just
honestly,
I didn't
it's so weird
understand
because
what...
we've already spoken about the fact that we both date guys with face tattoos. Genuinely, these kind of guys that like do music that have face tattoos, I have dated many of them. Like I had a period where it was like face tattoos, music, and like they hate me. And it was so funny because they all do the same sort of things. They'll all do these weird things where they're like, they'll just shock you with something. They'll be really, really nice at first. Everything's going amazing, so romantic. So like, oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna cut. Oh, let's just like be free and wild. And then suddenly they'll hit you with like, do you want to have a threesome? I really want to fuck this girl. And then you're like, what?
You're like,
But
wait,
they do
hold
that,
up.
those little things. I don't know. Do you think it's like a test or something?
I don't know. Like for me, like the thing was, it wasn't like he sat down and asked about it. It was like out of nowhere. He flipped like 180 out of nowhere, and I saw it happen. And I was like, I knew that he knew that I saw it happening, kind of thing. And I was like, just kind of stood back and like watched what he was doing. And he was just like, it was just out of nowhere. Like he switched and started throwing these tests and stuff. And it was like over a 4-day period, but it started as soon as things got like the deepest between us in a way.
When I dated these guys, they would take drugs, so sometimes like their personalities would switch. So that's why like I think sometimes they did those kind of things, because it was like they like maybe it's like they want to trust you, but they like don't, and they don't like trust anyone, so then they're like they're like doing it just in case like, something goes wrong, and then they can be like, oh well, like I didn't care anyway because I said these things, you know.
To be fair, I think he did take codeine, but I don't know how often.
Yes, Eileen, hey, you've been there.
Of course, like what else?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, so he's like started pulling out those tests, and then it got to the point where it was like 4 days in where I was like, okay, like this is getting ridiculous now. Like either just say like, can we just have like a little bit of a conversation? Like I'm not asking to be wifed up or anything like that. Like I'm just asking like, can you just be like so upfront with me so I know where to go from here? Because right now what you're doing is just sabotaging this whole thing, kind of whatever. But like if you want to do that, go ahead. Like the door's there, kind of thing. If you like, I'm not going to stop you. Do you know what I mean? Like because
if you're gonna like play these games, let's just like call it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no point in like playing that. Like, do you know what I mean?
I don't mind
if you're in a true connection. Like you don't need to play games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I've done that whole game playing situation for so. It becomes confusing, and it's just like, you know, no one should ever be like on top in a relationship. There should never be one person that's like, you know what I mean, like playing the other person. Like a true connection should just work. Do you know what I mean? Like you should be with someone who, like, if you're in the place of like, I'm happy with myself and my life, and I'm, you know, do you know what I mean? Why should I need to like play games? Do you know what I mean? I just want peace. Like I'm one of those people. I just want peace now after like dating people like that. Do you know what I mean?
Because the thing is, it was like I would have been all like for staying in his corner kind of thing if you'd have just been like fully honest like the whole time. But like and I think he was in very many ways, but then also it was like throwing out the tests and stuff like that. I'm like, I can also deal with that, but as soon as you're disrespectful towards me and treating me like shit, like that's not something that I'm gonna be okay with. And then he pushed it so far. This was the craziest ending ever. It wasn't even that he pushed it far enough where I'd removed like his things from my house. Like he'd gifted me like his mum's like vase after she passed away and stuff like that. And like I had his slippers and like a few other things at mine that he got me, and I put them all in my wardrobe so when he came over to mine he'd understand that I was kind of on my last tether, and I was just like, look, I don't need to have a full-on emotional conversation with you right now. Like I get how you work.
It just like, is what it is.
Just like don't like you're like this is your last chance kind of thing. Like can we like just stop doing what you're doing? Like whatever you're doing, like can you stop, or just like literally just break up with me like now or whatever. Like not break because we weren't actually together, but you know, like just end whatever was going on. And he walked into my house, and I don't know if he saw that his things were gone. I don't know what happened, but he very erratically initiated like sex in the first minute, which like he'd never done before. Not like that. It was so out of nowhere, and I was really confused. But I thought that like he just needed that to like maybe like just like calm things it was, like, to begin with or whatever.
Also kind of like you know breakup sex.
Yeah,
you know,
hot.
Yeah, hot. Why not? Do you know what I mean?
Hot. But
maybe
this
he was like fuck it. Do you know what I mean? If this is over, might as well get one more shag out of it.
No, I like honestly, I'm still confused by it. But he walked in and then erratically initiated it in the first minute, and then he. Afterwards, right? So afterwards he like went into my bathroom, stayed in there for like 5 minutes, came out, and he was like, I'm gonna go get my weed from my car. And I was like, okay, go get your weed then. And I just felt so weird. And he walked out of my apartment, blocked me.
Yeah. Honestly,
and the thing is, I know why he did it. And I don't actually.
Can I tell you something about something you said, which is so interesting? I feel like a guru now because I've dated so many of these guys. I'm like, I see the patterns. Why young grasshopper? Is that your normal type then? Like,
no. That was such like he was just such an anomaly. Just because I guess, do you know when it's just like it's just natural, like in a way, like you just don't know when it just happened out of nowhere, kind of thing. But it's not really my usual type, to be fair. I don't really have a type. I just like I don't like feminine boy, like too feminine. Like, do you know what I mean? Like too feminine.
I love it because I'm bisexual.
Really? So I like that vibe.
So like genuinely,
I'm talking like blonde. Like say if it's like blondie. Like yes, do you like that? Really?
So the guy that I'm dating right now, Australian, blonde, works in fashion. Like literally, like fully. Like when I met him for the first time, he's a photographer, and I fully thought he was gay the first time I met him. Like he was giving gay. Yeah, the way he was acting.
But you were still like I would,
and I was like still like he's hot though, and like there's a fine. Like honestly, but like gay guys are hot. Like they dress well, they preen well. So and he was like way too like preened, and I thought, oh god, he's definitely gay. And then we started talking. He was like, oh yeah, like I just left Australia 3 months ago. Like my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, oh, ex-girlfriend.
Okay. It's go time.
And now we've been dating for months. So vibes. But yeah, I love that kind of guy. But I think that's more like bisexual girl thing.
Yeah, fair. I don't like the thing is I love.
Do you like masculine? Like
I don't like hyper masculine where they don't embrace their feminine side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's so like against it, where it's like you are
gay, like kind of thing.
You are gay.
You are gay. When they like don't embrace it, they're like everything. Like you bring up the word gay around them, and they're like,
they're like,
gosh,
no, my
I'm
ex
like,
wouldn't watch a
like-
gay film with me because it was like,
Oh,
it was too gay. I was
like,
like,
that
shut
boy
up.
is
Like,
gay.
That man is gay. Do you know what I mean? It's even gayer being homophobic, in my opinion, like, or being weirded out by gay people. Because I'm like, why does that make you feel uncomfortable? Like, are you scared you're gonna get a boner?
Yeah,
Do you know what
for
I mean?
real. If you had like two guys that like one like says for a fact that they're not gay at all and they would never ever do anything like that, but they're like, oh my God, it's disgusting, this and that. And then you have another guy that's like, I'm not gay, but I have experimented in the past, but I realized it wasn't for me. That guy is like,
he's straight. He's more likely straight than the other one.
Yeah. The other one's just in denial because you don't care that much unless you have a personal like,
amen.
Like, you know what I mean? A personal issue. Like,
that's the
within
thing.
yourself.
No one thinks about gay people more than homophobic men.
Yes.
And like, and it's like, if you're, let's like just like add 2 and 2 together. Like, if you're thinking about men having sex, odds are you might be gay.
Yeah.
Like, in whatever way, sense or form it is you're thinking about it, it is kind of gay to think about it that much.
I think a lot of men are emotionally gay with each other as well. They're like physically attracted to women, but emotionally they're like, they will like have sex with a girl that they're not into, but if the bros all say that she's a 10, then they can like get with her and then show the guys to be like, do you think she's fit? And they're like, yeah, bro. It's like,
I actually think so many guys literally live
I've got my
for
boys'
male like
approval.
validation. Like, that is all they live for. They truly couldn't care less about women. I think they don't. But I think in the same way that like women are now waking up and being like, I don't really like men. Like, I genuinely prefer the company of women, hands down. If like all women left the planet today, I would leave with them. Like, I would.
I'm
like,
off.
yeah. If there's like, do you know what I mean? If all men haters are dead, so am I. Like, it's like one of those. Like, I just can't connect to men the same way that I can connect to women.
Yeah.
And it's a weird one, but like, it's strange.
I do find my female like female friendships as a whole like are so unbelievably fulfilling because it's just like I think it's that emotional level, like you can just talk, like, do you know what I mean? You just like get
men
each
are
other,
not
like,
emotionally on the same level as us at all in any way, shape or form.
I think they're just literally like built differently as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like they're logical, we're emotional, like kind of vibe, like
100%.
It's like yin and yang.
It really is, and that sometimes that is nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, oh, you're cute. Like the guy I'm seeing now, I'm like, oh, that's cute. Like with my ex, I was a bit like, oh, this is giving like kind of like hater vibes.
Really?
You know
In what way?
Like just like I don't know, like. I feel like you should be able to be who you want to be, like who you are. And I think a lot of men like date women, and I think especially like if you're in the public eye, like me or you or something, they have a perception of who you're going to be and what you're going to do for them. Like they're like, oh my God, she's like this, she's famous, she's gorgeous, blah blah blah. And then when you actually start like speaking to them, they're like, I don't want to know.
Yeah, because they have a projected fantasy of who you are, and then as soon as you open your mouth, they're like, you're ruining it.
Yeah. Literally stop speaking.
Shut up, you're ruining
Could you just stand there and look hot, please? Like actually just do your job.
Yeah.
I think that is a lot of guys. I think they like date you because of this, and then they realize like actually you have a personality, and actually you're not just like a, you know. I think that's so common. So before doing social media, like was your dating life easier? Would you say, or do you think it's harder now?
My dating life. To be fair, I've been doing social media since I was 12. Like I started YouTube when I was 12. So
that's
even
insane,
throughout
by the
high
way.
school, it was known that I was on like online, even though I was getting 400 views a video or something like that. But
that was
still,
a lot back in the day,
yeah,
though,
true.
I will say, yeah.
To be fair, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, maybe it was 40, but
maybe I added a zero.
Maybe 4,000 though.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But like people knew about it in school and stuff. So I guess I already had a shift of perception, even if it wasn't like big or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't based off numbers, just based off like the fact that I was online. So it's kind of all that I've ever known. But dating for me, like in general, like especially recently, like I'm not like I haven't been like dating kind of thing. Because I feel like it does like, I never realized how much of yourself is left like just empty afterwards in a way. Do you know what I mean? Not empty, but just like it should like, especially
being
like,
emotional, I think like as a woman, we give so much.
Yeah.
And then you kind of are left a bit drained afterwards. And also like, I don't know if you're the same, but like I become so obsessed. I'm like, there's nothing else I can focus on. Like literally right now, I'm like kind of good, which is for the first time I've actually not been like super obsessed with this guy. Like I like him a lot, but it's in a really healthy way, which is so bizarre because I've never really been like that before. It's like it's either like man or career for me. You know, I mean, I can't do both at the same time, and at the moment it's going quite well.
Yeah. Do you know what my problem is? Like if I like meet a guy that's like so safe and stable and like would just want to like settle down with me straight away, I would run a fucking mile.
Do you know what it is?
Like I know that's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I know it is, but I think it's because I'm still young and I'm not like, do you know what I mean? At the stage of life I'm in, like for example, even with like the last guy, like I felt like it was so mentally stimulating for me because it was like I was constantly like, it was just always reading between the lines and stuff, but there was always like a mutual like understanding there in a weird way, but
it's
it was
that
like
push
riddles.
pull that we're addicted to. I think
like
it's so funny. I speak to so many of my girlfriends about this. We love that, and there was actually a test done, like a study done on rats with it, where it's like when you don't know when you're getting the food or something, it was like these rats that they tested, and they would feed these rats at the same time each day, and then they would feed them when this like noise came on, and then it was like fine and the rats were normal. But when they didn't know when it was coming and the sound would go on, but there was no food, or like the food would come randomly, they all went crazy.
Oh, right.
Like they started ripping each other apart and stuff. Like that's the thing. It makes you go insane. When you're like, you don't know where you stand with someone, but it's kind of like addictive.
Yeah.
It really
literally is. It's like a literal emotional roller coaster like this. And when you think about roller coasters at the theme park, like the best ones are the ones with the highest highs and the lowest lows. Like they're always the ones that people want to go on.
They also leave you
like
emotionally
a boring merry-go-round.
I will say, like this is the thing. Like
true.
And it's
you
so
come
funny.
off like, oh,
do you know what? Even like living a peaceful life. Like I've always lived such a chaotic life. Living a peaceful life, because we live a very chaotic life anyway. Going to events, going to like, you know, being around celebrities and going to like festivals for free and going on holidays for free, getting free clothes. So we live a very up and down lifestyle anyway, because we'll be sat there watching Netflix and then the next day you'll be like flying to like Ibiza with a huge beauty brand or something. So we already get those. So I think for me, like I actually find some peace now, especially now I'm 27.
Well, like, a bit of balance.
A bit of balance. Sometimes I'm just having a bit of peace in my life. Like I can have chaos in one area, but not in my love life now. I'm like, I need a guy who like likes me, who shows up on time, who does what he says he's going to do, who likes me in a pure way. Like,
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
How old are you?
24.
24. Oh yeah, you've got a few years left in you. Yeah. Have fun.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
just date the worst. Just keep going. Like just do it for me.
No,
I'm gonna live vicariously through you because I miss it so much.
I'm like, girl, I'm gonna need a break.
Do you know what
from
came
the
on
last
today
one,
that I had to skip? It was like, you know, I Need a Gangster by Kalani. And I had to go, no, we're not doing that. We ain't doing all that. Like I had to retire, but you have fun with it.
Is that an active like type for you then? Do you go back to that? Like,
yeah. I only ever dated musicians, actors, people who hated me. Like it was genuinely only those type of guys. I only could like find that fun. Like guys who like I could go on tour with them or go on stage with them.
Oh yeah.
That like it gave me this like
adrenaline.
You know when you'd walk in a room and all the girls would fancy your boyfriend. Like I loved that. But now I'm like, maybe it's because they're fucking them.
But also like you're young, hot, having fun. So it's like kind of like doing it for the plot as well.
Yeah, but emotionally it is a lot. Like to date
especially if you get invested a lot.
This is the thing. I get so do you get invested a lot?
Do you get
quickly.
Yeah, but not often though. It takes a very specific like vibe for me to actually like not vibe, but like a very specific.
Do you have a specific job that they do, or is it like kind of
just not like ideally not a 9 to 5?
Same, yeah.
So like I'm like
creative, yeah.
Yeah, like I love a creative or a drug dealer. No, that was so unintentional. That's
literally just going to be the clickbait. I love a creative or a drug dealer. It's actually so tea though. It has to be. It's either a creative or a drug dealer.
It's because like,
or it's
as
nothing.
much as like a doctor would be like, is like great or whatever. It's like the life that I live.
Nothing in common with that.
Nothing in common. Yeah. I'd be bored. Maybe not necessarily. But
I tried to go on a date with stockbroker and I was like, this is so boring.
Oh, was that like your redemption arc almost? Like, let me try this.
You know when you need like a peaceful person after a really
chaotic life? It was that bad.
It was that bad. Yeah, I went to the city in my finest suit, like my Hillary Clinton suit, and I was like, this is it. This is my life now. Like, no, it didn't work. How many days did it last? The one? Just one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Barely even that. I think I zoned out
halfway through. You dipped your toe in the water though. No, because the thing is as well, how much I travel and like my life is so erratic and chaotic in general. I need someone to match that like chaos in a way of like how they like live their life and stuff like that. Of just like not having a standard schedule.
Though?
What, just in general?
Yeah, like have you always put that like first, do you think?
Yeah.
I mean,
but it does slip sometimes. So like if I'm seeing like, oh yeah, it slipped recently kind of thing. But then it's just like, it depends. It depends on my mental, like more than anything, like especially with like, I don't know. But other than that, it has like number one spot. But then depends on like the mentality and stuff like that as well. Because sometimes like if I'm like feeling down or whatever, like even like in the past few years, if I feel a bit down for a period of time, like I am doing nothing. Like, I am so like,
and then you get your agents suddenly like there's nothing on the chat for days and they'll be like, hey babe, hope you're doing well, and you like know what's coming,
and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's been 4 days. I thought it had been like 4 hours. It's like I'm literally in like a little like pit, but it's like, but also what I do in those times, I really try and like get myself back to base, like in terms of just going on walks or just doing what like feels good for myself kind of thing. And then I also like I do self-sabotaging behavior at the same time time as well.
Same,
So it's so like
it's one of those where like one night you're sat in bed with a cup of tea reading a book, and then the next night you're out like literally like until 7 a.m. like go to 4 different clubs, like just random people, like having the best time.
You're like, life's great, and then the next day after that you're like, I literally hate everything. Like
you're like, this is the worst it's ever been. You know what I mean?
Honestly.
But I think that is really hard, especially like, I don't know if you've found this, but I think it is hard for people that do social media, especially like, you know, if they haven't grown up with it and then suddenly they become really big or really famous, like having to deal with that, like such highs and then like, do you know what I mean?
It's definitely messes with the mentality a little bit, you know. I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, because at age 17, like I went to a grammar school and stuff like that and was going to like go on to be like either an astronomer or like be a psychiatrist. So random. But I'd like, that was like kind of what was going on. I mean? Yeah, no, honestly, like in a parallel reality. But then my YouTube channel like took off out of nowhere when I was doing my GCSEs, and I literally like went from making nothing at all like to literally like making like 10K a month at age 17, like out of nowhere. And so then I spoke to my mom and she was like, obviously, like if you keep making this, then like you shouldn't be going to like, then you shouldn't go to like college or sixth form, even though she wanted to. Yeah, she was like, let's see how you do in your GCSEs, and then like she was like, if your results are good, then you can like just focus on YouTube. But then and then I moved to London by myself when I was 17, moved out from home. And I was like, but then when I think about that and like the mentality that it's created for myself, like now it's just like, I feel like I'm actually a bit mentally like fucked, but like not like
same.
I did good and bad ways.
I left school after my A-levels at 18 and then I moved straight to London the week after. And I sometimes it's funny, I hold on to a lot of childish things.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because I didn't really, and because I've been working since I was 15, I didn't really get to have like a childhood. And so my therapist told me that, because my mum always was like, what is that? What is that? And we were with a psychiatrist once. She said, what is this thing? She always loves like, you know, like I love like dolls and little Hello Kitties and stickers. And she said, oh, it's because you didn't really get to have much of a childhood as much as other people. So you hold on to these things that like childlike because it brings you back. I really wish I hadn't grown up so quickly. Like, I wish I'd just taken a beat and like stayed at home for a bit.
Yeah, so
and
do
been
I.
a kid
So
for
do
a
I.
bit. Like, I really wanted, because all you want when you're 17, 18 is just to be older and grown up. And I was like, I want an older boyfriend. And it does really fuck you. Like, it's
100%.
taken me years to go to a place where I feel good about myself.
It's like, because you just cut it off so short when it's so necessary. And
because
I
you don't
feel
know
like
who you are at that
17
age. And then you live like those first few years of like this all here, there, everywhere, going to these events. You don't figure out who you are through that. You don't. You need to like really look inwards. It's like spending time by yourself and with people that care about you. And you're spending so much time with one, people who are making money off of you, and two, people who are just doing the same job as you. They're not really your friends, a lot of these people. So you really, and then that blizzard you get lost in.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%. Because it's like,
and that's someone no one ever tells you doing this job. You know?
Because you just have to like figure it out for yourself. Even when I was 17 and moved to London, like I moved in with my friends and stuff. We were putting fairy washing up liquid in the dishwasher, thinking that you're like, and then it's like this dishwasher exploded with like bubbles coming out of it, and we were like, oh my God, like it was just such a mess, because it was like throwing like literally 17-year-olds have never left the house before into a house
kids,
together and being like, go live your life now. And then it was just an absolute mess, but it forced me to grow up so quick. But like it's now put me in a position where even with dating and stuff, it's really difficult, especially dating a guy my age. Impossible,
because
more or less,
we're so much more emotionally mature than them.
It's so different. Like,
we had to grow up so quickly, and a lot of,
I feel like I'm 40
you know
sometimes.
Same.
It's scary.
Literally, I feel like a grandma sometimes, honestly, and I'm around all these like 24, 23, like,
but at the same time I'm 12.
Like, yeah, genuinely, but at the same time 12. But it's funny, like, do you go home now to your parents a lot?
Yeah. So I
cherish that time now.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mum, you can do my washing. You can get me like a sandwich. Just like, I'm just gonna chill.
Honestly, I like, because I didn't go back home for a while because I'd like moved out from home when I was 17, like was in London. I didn't visit home that often because I was like young, wild and free. But now when I go back home, like I value it so much. More, like, it's just like,
I did the same. I forgot about my parents for a good year. I was like, who are you?
Yeah. No,
leave
honestly.
me alone. Yeah.
Like they'd be like, it's nice to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a month. And I'm like, it's literally been 3 weeks. Like, chill out. And then, then I look back now and I'm like, I'm like,
you're obsessed with me. Like,
yeah, no, honestly. But now I think I'm just getting to an age where I just appreciate family and like even being home so much, because even living in London is quite overwhelming in itself. Like when I go home and I'm back like in the countryside with sheep and just like nature, I'm like, actual peace, like soul level peace.
Like,
whereas when I'm in London, I'm like, spend one day day hungover or something, I look out the window and I feel like I've lived 30 years and like everything's falling apart
and
like
your face is melting. Like, it's like what's that film with like Demi Moore and The Substance? Like,
my God, yeah.
I feel like it's aged me so much, like living here and like.
It's probably that pollution, babe.
Do you find it hard with the comments and things like that? Do you let that sort of thing get to you with being on social media since such a young age? Have you let anything to do with that realm like get to you? Has it been difficult?
Not really. I honestly do not really care about hate comments or anything, because it's like you can't have up without down, in without out, black without white. Do you know what I mean? If you're putting yourself online, you're gonna have and you want people to like watch you and see you. They're gonna also have a mixture of opinions, and you just got to take it like and just be in. Sometimes I find it interesting, like as well, looking at like the negative comments just to see what they're actually saying.
Do you think it's easier maybe because you started so young and you got comments so young that maybe you're just almost used to it now?
Yeah, because even when I started off doing gymnastics videos when I was 12.
Mossy.
No, like, did you ever know Seven Supergirls YouTube channel? Did you ever watch it? It's like a gymnastics channel, and like each girl had a different day of the week dedicated to them, and they got so many views. Turns out it was run by a nonce, by the way.
Shock.
Yeah, shock, horror. But like I got comments even when I was 12 from like people. These weren't hate comments, but it was like comments from like weird guys and stuff being like, can you do the splits and zoom in and to the middle of the camera next time? And I'd literally read it and be like, please, Gary, like touch grass. Like, so I was like, but like I've just always had like a certain perception on the comments. I just don't really take them seriously. Yeah. But then as it like, for when I do like my surgery videos, like if I get a boob job or if I have done something, a few years ago I got like a fox eye lift and it went wrong because I like got it done on my nose as well, like a thread, and it went wrong.
Wait, we need to come back to this.
Oh yeah, it was like genuinely traumatic. But I did a video like talking about it, and the comments were like, she's so stupid for doing this, like this and that, and then like they all just have opinions. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, to be fair, but like I'm just honestly not too bothered because everyone's gonna have their opinion. Like I have such a strong sense of self of like who I am that like what you say can't really affect me.
Do you know what? You're so lucky because I think there's so many people, and I'm sure you know them as well. So many people that do social media and in this industry that just don't have a sense of self at all, and everything they do is for everyone else.
Yeah. They just copy and paste a lot of times.
I feel so sorry for them because I'm like, babes, like, just do you. No one cares that much. No one's looking at your profile being like, well, she hasn't been to a Burberry party lately.
Yeah.
No one cares. Like, let's talk about your surgery. So,
which one?
Girl, all of them. So, what have you had done?
Okay,
what you're comfortable talking about?
I'll say it all, to be fair. I've had a boob job. I got that done when I was 18 years old. I actually went to the consultation when I was 17. Looking back, way too young.
I had mine done when I was 19.
Really?
Yeah.
19. Do you think that was too young, or do you think?
No, I love it. I still love mine.
Because for me, but then also like I got my boob job done when I was 18, and then the day after I got discharged from the hospital, I went like clubbing with no bra support on. Did you?
The bra doesn't go with anything.
They look so good. Like they were glued to my collarbone, and I was like, "This is what I'm all
much." Like I did think they were a bit much, but like at the time, I was like, I just was happy to have boobs in general.
Oh my god!
But I remember going out and I wore this thing and I got papped, and so embarrassing. And I had the scars underneath, and they were like obviously like still the stitches showing and everything. And I thought I ate down. I was like, yes.
I got a video in the club of like I was wearing like this crop top bra, and then like I put my arm up, and you could see this plasters like come up, like covering, and I'm just like, oh girl, it's not giving what you hope.
I was like this the whole night. Like I was like on the codeine, like what they given me. Obviously, I was like, like
in her element.
I was like trying not to like touch anyone. Oh my god, so funny.
No, it was and then I like just went clubbing the day after, and then after that I was like, maybe need to calm down and wear the sport bra for the next 6 weeks. Maybe should do that. So got the boob job done. I also got a fox eye lift done.
Okay, so why did you choose to do that? Was that Bella Hadid vibes?
I think so. But I got it done because I also did a glow up video on YouTube, and I needed something to like make the video dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll do things for videos and stuff like that, but I also want it done. But I'm like, it just encourages me to do it more, because even if it goes wrong, I've still got it for content.
That's so interesting.
And I know that's quite bad, but
so with this sort of thing, you would do something like that for content. Like that is like
that's
crazy.
The thing is, like I wouldn't, because I was thinking about this the other day. I was going to go to a 1-star lip filler, like 1-star rated like lip filler place, but then I was like, I can always get it dissolved, but then I was like, that is way too far, because if they actually inject a nerve or something like that, I'm gonna end up having a stroke or something.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
not worth it.
But yeah, I got a fox eye lift done for a YouTube video, but she also like did one in your nose as well, like, and you can like get like threads. And do you know what it is with the fox eye lift? They put threads under your skin.
I spoke to my doctor about it, and like, because I went to, the thing is, I think there are so many trends within surgery, and like when it was like the Kylie Jenner lip kit era, like best be known, I went straight to that fucking clinic, and I was like, inject my lips now.
Oh, I got the full package, babe. Oh yeah, 5 mil.
And I actually went to him when I saw she'd got. Do you remember when Bella got it done? Like when it was really obvious that she got it done, you could see there was like a picture of her with it. And I love Bella, like she's gorgeous, but it was obvious that she'd had something. And I went to my doctor and I was like, I really want it. And he said to me, don't even bother. He said it's going to like shit in about 10, 15 years. He said it'll be so obvious. You'll be able to see, because he said as you get older, your skin gets thinner. So when the collagen goes, you'll be able to see where the string is. And he said people don't know that now because nobody's really had it done in the older generations. So he said, but yeah, he said it will look like shit. He said, I'll give you like so he gave me a non-invasive one. So he did Botox and filler and then lifted it.
Yeah.
That ate down.
That one, you're like, babe, you need that one.
Yeah, I was like, I love it. Keep doing it every 3 months, baby.
Oh my God,
so
no.
Tell me.
It was so traumatic because I got the fox eye lift on. That one was like, ended up being fine. Like it was okay. Like it's like you can't see any difference now whatsoever. But what I also got done was my nose. And first of all, she injected it to numb it. And I've never felt pain like that before. Bearing in mind, my pain tolerance is crazy. Like for any, like, it's just like, I'm fine with anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just something felt off from the beginning. First of all, the numbing injection absolutely killed. My eyes were streaming,
so
watering.
What was she doing to it? Like putting it up a bit like that?
Yeah. So she like numbed it. And then what she did was put threads in like this, and then you get the threads and like pull it, and it'd like lift the nose. But
that
like
makes me feel sick.
When she did it, it hurt so unbelievably much. Then she like cut it, right? But then over the next 3 weeks, it wasn't healing, and I'd run my finger over it, and I could feel like a little something sticking out of my nose, but I didn't know if it was still healing. It wasn't stitched, no. She'd like cut it down, so and it was supposed to go beneath the skin, but it was still poking out. So every time my nose tried to heal, it was stuck with like this. It wasn't strings; it was like hard, like poking out. It was like the thread.
Do you think it was like where they like sort of like not
she'd cut it
like a sewing machine, but like
she'd pulled it and cut it, but like left too much room, so it was still sticking out rather than going back inside my nose, because it had swollen so much from the pain that she thought it had gone inside, but my nose was just really swollen from the actual treatment itself. Anyway, it started to get so. Like it was just like there was a huge spot over my nose, and it was there was like this, like it was just an absolute mess. And then one night I was so frustrated with it, I went to the mirror and I looked in the mirror and I wish I'd filmed this.
No, don't. I'm gonna tell you something disgusting now. And pulled it out.
I looked in the mirror and I was like, I just got annoyed and I just squeezed my nose. I instinctually squeezed it, and threads came firing out of my nose, like down here and also like out of the tip as well. I was just pulling, like threads were just coming out, and I literally removed all the threads because my body rejected it so much that they were just firing out like this. And I was like, oh,
like cheese strings coming out your fucking nose.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is this? Yeah, and then it healed after that. But also, yeah, that was about 1.5k in my hand though. But
yeah. You're like, excuse me, can you put them back in, please?
Oh my God, I went back to her after it was still sticking out a few weeks, and I went, yeah, I just feel like you maybe didn't cut it down as much as it needed to be cut down.
Yeah.
And she was like, she looked at me and she went, bless you. Bless me, bitch. Bless you when I leave this 1-star TripAdvisor review. Like, I am not playing around
I put this on my YouTube and you get no fucking clients for the rest of your life, bitch.
No, for real. Yeah. I'll be saying TripAdvisor. Maybe an IG story.
They'll be saying, bless you, sweetheart. Do you know what I mean? Like, with no money and no fucking career left.
Oh my God, too much.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So did it make any difference? Like, do you have any like long-lasting damage from it or anything?
No, thank God. Like, but no long-lasting damage. It just literally, it ended up healing after that.
It's not like the most invasive of surgeries, I will say. Like, it's not like, it doesn't give like the most dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I had a friend that had her arse done, and it went,
what, like BBL?
BBL, babe, and got so infected.
Oh my God.
Like, as in, like, she went on this like bus with a group of friends, and in a nutshell, basically, it was like leaking everywhere because she was meant to be standing up.
That is crazy.
And then she had to have, like, tubes coming out of her bum. She's got scarring everywhere now.
One of my friends got a BBL done for the second time. She went back for round 2 in Turkey. And her close friend story is like actually the funniest thing ever. She's actually an icon.
Are people not scared though going to Turkey? I feel like you might like lose an organ while you're there. Do you know what I mean?
The literal surgery place she went to got shut down because they were selling organs on the black market.
I knew
they were taking organs out, and then she'd put it on her close friends being like, not this being the place, got my BBL done. Anyway, when she went to that place before the black market organ thing came out, she woke up the next day and she had like a selfie like this in the mirror of like her like in post surgery, yeah. And there was a huge bruise over her heart here, and she goes, just woke up with a fat bruise on my chest, and I asked the nurse why it was there, and the nurse replied and said I died mid-surgery and had to get resuscitated. What the hell, lol? And I was dying.
Diva.
No, like for real. And then like the rest of it was her and a friend in the hotel room, like literally like getting up to order to get their macas with like these like fucking like just the leaking like everything.
Because it is one of the most like, it's the only thing I probably would never get done. Like it's just not worth it.
No, scary. I was thinking about the filler though.
Like also like if I died with like a BBL, like even if I like died mid-surgery, like they could keep the BBL and then it'd be like she died with a fat ass.
Yeah, I mean? True. That's kind of iconic.
Do you know what I mean? Like at my like I would want my friends to just be like when we're at the funeral, be like she died with what she loved the most, like a fat ass, like she ate, like
no, that was the way that
and
was literally my friends
like a really cute dress with like where my ass.
Oh
really
my god,
good,
put me in booty shorts.
Yeah, I want to be like face like down. Do you know what I mean? So my ass
face down,
like,
ass up.
Yeah,
that is literally after a BBL. Like on my friend's story, her and a friend had to get in a taxi, but the taxi had to put the seats down at the back, and then like they had to be face down, ass up, like
face down, ass up. Wait, that's iconic. No, but it's crazy because I hear all this stuff about Turkey now, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh god, no.
It's terrifying.
I did get my veneers done in Turkey though.
But they're all good places.
It was a really good place. You know, I could edit my teeth on the screen. It was great. They took a 3D scan of my teeth before, and then showed what the after would look like. And then I wanted like sharp incisor, like vampire teeth, and I was like, make them longer, like make them wider. I want my teeth like more square, and they could just like edit them on screen. It was literally like just customizing my avatar. Yeah, it was a really good place.
Alley,
yeah,
like,
as long as they don't fall out.
Have you seen those people that wake up with the teeth and it literally looks like they've just got like
a
pre-made, like, you know those
the Essex
teeth?
geezer vibes,
And I went to One Life this weekend, like last weekend, with my friends. It was my friend's birthday. I don't tend to like enter into those kind of day rave things. It's just not my scene, not my vibe. Veneers everywhere. If it went dark and we all smiled, it would have been fucking. Do you know what I mean? We could light up from
the
space.
sunburn out would be good for a good 24 hours. Yeah, you know what festival I do love, and I wish that it was like revamped and made better. Wireless. I actually do love I love the lineup. I do love the vibes there. But the thing is, I think I'm relating it back to my 18-year-old self more than anything, because now I go and I feel like I've re-entered a high school because I forget how young everyone is there. But like, I just love the vibe of it. But it needs to be in a different location. And also, I don't know, like, just a different location. But I'd love Wireless for the lineup. Like, that is like the best thing. But I also really want to go Boomtown. But like, it's a bit of an intense one. But my friend said that it's like absolutely unreal. It feels like you're like in a fairy tale whilst you're there, kind of vibe.
Oh my god,
like
I love
actors
that.
and sets and cities. Like they build a whole.
Shut up! I want to do that.
Yeah, he was like, you walk out and you're like, what the hell? Like you re-enter. It's like a portal almost to like. Cause it's like you walk back out into the real world and you're like, what the hell?
Have you been to Glasgow before?
Never.
You would love it. It's
really
kind of the same thing. It's like you don't feel like you're in real life. You go into this world of like, it's Glastonbury. Like you're like, you live in like, because it's so big, you feel like you're like in a town.
Yeah. I need to try more, to be fair. I'm just so bad at booking things. Like I'm such a last minute person. I'm just like, should we go here tomorrow or like the day after?
Lastminute.com.
Yeah, when everyone's like, what have you got planned for the future? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, but I will have things coming up. I was
literally just going to ask you that. I was like, what do you've got planned in the future? So obviously you're still doing your YouTube. You do a bunch of social media. What else are you coming out with? Is there anything you can give us a sneak peek or?
One thing that is coming out that I'm really excited for is a podcast that's coming out.
Yes!
So I don't want to say it whilst we're in this podcast.
No, it's fine. Babe, you're allowed to have your own podcast. It's fine.
Oh, thank God.
There is many.
Yeah, I'm coming out with my own podcast, which I'm
you?
really excited. Yeah, I'm going to have guests on it as well, but it's just going to be like so raw, unfiltered, like story times of my life kind of thing that I haven't like said online before, because like I'm very much so an open book, but certain things need an hour-long episode that you just sit down and talk.
Do you know what?
About,
it's so funny. I completely agree with that, because I never knew how to do the whole TikTok thing, and once I started doing the podcast, I was like, you feel like you're just talking just to like your mate, and it just all comes out. And it's like, I think on social media you have to be a bit more like PG as well.
Yeah.
On podcasts you could just say what the fuck you want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
literally.
That's fucking exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited, to be fair.
Do you know the name yet? Can you share the name or no?
I don't think we can share the name, can we? No.
Not yet. Worth a try, wasn't it?
But yeah, I'm excited for that. But yeah, good luck to anyone that I've ever been involved with. Good luck to anyone I'm going to be involved with in the future.
I've caused so many arguments from all my exes hate me now. Yeah. You're ADHD as well. Yeah. No, I'm like, we're the same person. Like, we're literally like. All right, so we're gonna do some quick fire questions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So we've got first thing you check in the morning.
First thing I check is I don't actually go on my phone in the morning. First thing I check, I just get up and open my balcony doors.
That's hot. I love that.
That is like
stand outside naked, tits out.
Yeah, low key sometimes.
Yes.
No, not actually, but like maybe a little row bomb. Keep it cute, and then I go on my phone.
Love. Okay, best piece of advice you've ignored.
Everything to do with a boy.
Love. Most ridiculous fear you have.
The biggest fear it's not really ridiculous. Belly buttons is the most ridiculous one.
You literally have one, babe.
Someone puts a finger in my belly button, you're getting killed. Like, do not touch my belly button. It just
Wait, is it everyone else's belly buttons as well?
I could put my finger in someone else's. Not that I really want to. It looks like I've thought about this a lot. I have. It's when people put their finger in my belly button. I don't know why.
It's the thought of it being in your belly button.
It's just the thought of it. It creeps
you know when
me out.
When you get
it's
a
like
massage, if people get close, you get really like weird about it.
Yeah, because it's like my belly button feels like almost internal. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're touching my like
insides.
You're touching my insides. It's horrible.
If you could teleport to anywhere now, where would it be?
Probably Hawaii.
Oh yes. Guilty pleasure you never admit.
ASMR videos.
Love. The like Trisha Paytas ones.
Love Trisha Paytas.
Yeah.
Also there's a girl called Gentle Whispering. Love her.
I'm gonna have to check her out.
She's really good.
One cosmetic procedure you loved.
One that I loved, lip fillers or lip filler, boob job, and that's about it. Those two, lip filler and boob job.
And when you regret, I think we can safely say which one it is.
Fox eye lift, but the nose lift.
Craziest brand deal offer you got?
Craziest brand deal offer?
Should we just say maybe the money and not the brand? Yeah.
I got. Oh wait, I won't say the specific brand, but I got offered like it was like tens of thousands to do a like gambling ad like campaign thing. But I was like, I can't but it was the fact that it was a gambling ad.
I think it might be the same one I've been offered as well.
Oh really?
Yeah. All right, thank you so much for coming on. I've had so much fun.
Yeah,
I feel like we need to go for like drinks or something.
No, I genuinely, I would actually be down.
Together.
We were just talking during that interview. I was like, we're definitely like tapped in the same way. But I love it.
For sure. Yeah, I love it. There's so many people I like come on my podcast. I'm like, we fuck with each other.
Yeah. Love.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, and guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit 5 stars. Thank you. See you next week.